It's lawyer Greg and Rob the Brit.
Nice to see you.
Robert Christensen, co-author of Rockstar Lawyer. And we're here. This is The Lawyer Life, episode 13. We're going to talk about going mobile. We're going to do another one called going global. That's something that's also a passion of mine. But we're going to do going global right now. Going mobile. So how do you go mobile with your practice? Should you be mobile? What are the merits of going mobile? What are the merits of staying just a traditional brick and mortar? Should you have a hybrid? In my opinion, you should have a hybrid, okay? Because as mobile as we want to go, we talk about going mobile as a society all the time. You know, people like we got going on the screen back there, Steve Jobs is taking us really mobile with mobile phones and the iPhone, which is filming this episode, and the iPhone 6s Plus, which is filming this episode. And I just haven't gotten an iPhone 7 yet because I'm waiting for the 7s Plus or maybe even the 8. I don't know. I always want to keep the newest one, but I don't want the normal one.
How often do they come out?
Every year. Every year is a new edition. That's right. That's the way they generally do it. Okay. But so we're going more mobile and mobile all the time. Can you take your practice mobile? Should you take your practice mobile? And what does that look like? What do you think, Rob? As a non-attorney.
You don't even need a computer to store your information anymore. You've got the iCloud.
You got the cloud.
Yeah.
Cloud, period. So iPhone would have iCloud.
Right.
Or
so you don't necessarily need a computer. The phone itself is a computer, isn't it? If it's a big enough format, you can...
Oh, make no mistake about it. That iPhone right there is much more powerful than any computer I had growing up.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Right. More powerful.
What's the capacity of the one you have?
That's 132 megabytes, 128
megs or gigs?
Gigs. I'm sorry, 128 gigabyte. 128 gigabyte
That's pretty
capacity.
big. You can put a lot of stuff on there.
Oh, I've gotten it full though. Video, and we do so much video, everything else. Yeah.
Can you get a motherboard, a keyboard, a separate keyboard?
Oh, sure. I can get a Bluetooth keyboard if I want to.
Okay, that's cool.
And the 6S Plus is larger. It's about yay big.
Right.
But you can use. A lot of people will use iPads, and they have been for a long time. Right. So how would you go global? What do you need to go global? You need a phone. You need a good phone.
Yeah.
In my opinion, you should get the best phone that you can get with your money.
Makes sense.
Which is anybody can get the best phone for very little money.
And I know you said
you just walk in the store and tell
that
us
thing is like not just a phone. You've got
just $1 million in your pocket.
The Time movie.
It's millions of dollars in your pocket.
Movie studio there.
Oh, entire movie editing studio, audio editing studio, document creation, email, voice recorder. Practice management tools are cloud-based. They'll have iPhone apps, or Android apps where you can manage it there. And it's just so easy. Oh, Skype. I do international calls on Skype and all the time. Video calls on Skype.
You can keep in contact with your clients not just from phone, but from Skype, from email. You've got it all there, the whole thing.
You got it all there.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So
what
additionally do you need?
Brick and mortar offices there.
What additionally would you need apart from that phone, though, if you were going to have a full?
Yeah. So get your phone game right. Beyond that, what else? You got a business, a traditional brick and mortar. Well, think about what a brick and mortar has for communication. They have phones, and again, that's your phone system. Right. You could use Google Voice to ring as a one phone number that rings multiple cell phones, that rings your office phone and your mobile at the same time.
Right.
You could forward your office phone to your mobile.
Yeah.
There are Grasshopper is another. There's different kind of telephone booth or phone booth or something like that. There's all kind of these different apps that are websites and phone services that pop up that are voice over IP or they're just virtual PBX call center systems, okay, that will route your phone calls as they come in. So you can do that. I think sometimes that gets tough to manage after a while, though. If you're just a one-man show, one-woman show, consultant, I think that's for you.
Yeah.
But once you
Right,
start understanding that to really grow, you have to delegate and take on others. I'm not saying you can't do it, and that I'm not open to it. It just becomes increasingly, you just have to be a better manager and delegator.
I mean, you have virtual employees.
I have virtual employees. I have multiple virtual employees. Absolutely. And I do a great job
So
by
you-
contract. You
So
could have a
if-
virtual paralegal. You could have a virtual receptionist. You could have, virtual web people. You could have virtual everything if you wanted to.
If you wanted
to manage it.
you
I'm
could
just-
run your
I'm-
business from a website, basically.
Yeah, I'm very used to managing a business virtually,
Mhm.
but I also have brick and mortar people in the office too.
Right. Yeah. And you said recently that you didn't quite think we were ready to let go of the brick and mortar.
No, I think there's a danger in simply letting go of the brick and mortar for an attorney. So
Okay.
I think if you just build yourself and bill yourself as a virtual person who's coming in using this other person's office space, your client's office space, you can do that. You can do that and be just fine. I think over a career.
You don't have the credibility.
But to really,
Potentially.
I think that I do. I just think that. I think you carry around whatever credibility you demand. So if I was just virtual, I would demand credibility. I would demand. But it's just
Right.
some people. Sometimes I'm an elder law attorney. Could I do that virtually? Yes.
Right.
I can go see my clients and their families at home and where they are.
And in fact,
fact,
it
they
could-
would
it could-
appreciate
it-
that.
Yeah, it could help you.
I do that on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So you could do that, okay? I right now have a brick and mortar. I favor a brick and mortar and mobile combination. I believe in being as mobile as I want to be. So I can go to New York City, I can go to anywhere I want to go and still function virtually the same. Literally, virtually the same as I do now here.
Walking down a street in Brooklyn,
Brooklyn.
your mobile phone.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Grab a slice of pizza. And what else do you need with a brick and mortar that you can convert to mobile or supplement with mobile? Fax machines.
Right.
I have electronic fax service. I think I use myfax.com.
Is fax
There's
really?
eFax, MyFax. There's a bunch of different ones.
Is it still really necessary?
In
for
the
business?
lawyer world, absolutely. In the business and lawyer world, yes.
Okay.
Banks.
I mean, fax. You look at you think of fax and
Yeah.
you think 1980s, 1970s.
I get that. I get that. And I'd love to get away from fax. I use eFax services, so all our emails come in or all our faxes come in our email.
Okay.
And all the employees get the faxes.
So would you technically need a fax machine?
We do not have a fax machine.
Okay.
So
So you
technically,
could-
you don't need a fax machine. We fax documents multiple times a day, every day, and receive faxes multiple times a day, every day.
Right. But from your perspective, being an attorney, going somewhere, you need signings. You need.
So the faxing aspect,
would
yeah,
you
and we'll
need
get to
a
sign.
physical copy.
Yes. But with an iPhone or an Android device, you could use an app like Genius Scan.
Right.
And with the eFax services or MyFax services, those things, the virtual fax services, you just simply put in somebody else's fax number, the fax number at myfax.com. That's how MyFax works. Please go ahead and address your checks to P.O. Box 165, Shelby, North Carolina 28151. I'm speaking to MyFax right now for my endorsement check, okay? So that's my royalty check on it. I'm just going to scan in using Genius Scan or one of the. There's multiple scanning apps that you can get. I like Genius Scan; it works really well. Here's how I'm going to do it. I'm gonna scan it. It's automatically going to pick the edges. I can do that for a multi-page document,
Right.
and I'm going to go ahead and send it by email and fax to who I want it to get to make sure it gets there, and in the same email, by the way. Okay.
Okay.
Because I'm going to do the fax number, at myfax.com, and the person's email address on my phone. And then I'm going to also save that document immediately after that to, for instance, the cloud, to my cloud-based service, which Genius Scan will do, and drop it in the client's phone.
All right.
So they have it back in the brick and mortar office, or contractors have access to it. Everybody has access to it, right?
And even with the scanning machine, you can.
Well, my phone's
You
a
have-
scanning machine. I
So
also.
you can scan a document with your phone.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to. I'll show you the app. Okay.
All right.
Genius Scan works extremely well. You just take a pic of it with the app, automatically finds the edges, turns it into a black and white fax quality document, and shoots it off wherever you need to go.
So what is it
Not
that
even
a phone cannot do?
I think it's limited. I don't think there's anything. I think it's just more and more and more and more as time and technology goes on, marches forward. So there's your fax. Scan and email is the same way. Okay.
Right.
You know, so can you do that? Yes, I can print using my phone. Straight to printer, copier, right?
Yeah.
So anywhere I go, I've got my phone on. I still like to use, could I get a keyboard for my phone? Or use an iPad? Yes. I still favor a laptop because I want to pick up something
Right.
that has, some programs will run on here that will still not run on that phone, okay?
Yeah.
Some things.
Right.
And run better here. Sorry, Apple. But it's true. And could you eliminate it? Yeah. Now maybe if I, but so I'll carry my laptop. I want to hook up wherever I go to high-speed internet. How do I do that?
I have no idea.
My phone. So my phone's also a hotspot. So I just turn the hotspot on. My laptop hooks up to it. There's my mobile internet for the laptop as well, right? I always want to carry my charger with me also, just in case that's out of the battery, right?
Yeah.
Or an extra battery, right? And I get a great case, like a life-proof case where I can throw the thing, drop it off a building, submerge it in water, and whatever else, it still works. I can't tell you how many phones I've gone through before I started doing these tough cases, like military-grade cases.
And then of course you can have a virtual office.
Well,
that you
I mean,
can
okay.
off.
Yeah, just to keep, yeah, but terminology-wise, to keep the terminology-wise, straight. To me, a virtual office is like I don't really have one. I mean, the word virtual means you either have an office or you don't.
Okay.
Okay? If you virtually have an office, what the hell does that mean? I mean, seriously, what does virtually have an office? Like a
have
maybe,
an
a kind of,
an online
have an
presence.
office? Yeah, I got some online presence, right?
Right.
Which is fine. That's great. That's great. You got your website up. You got, your social media is going. You got clients. You're going to see them. Everything's great. You get up
Yeah.
in the morning. You drink your coffee. You're out the door. You're going to see your clients. You're going to the library. I don't know, or somewhere to do your work. But you got to sit down and do work somewhere.
Yeah.
You got to sit down and say, let me give them my thoughts. But you can do that anywhere. I'm a big fan of changing locations and changing places just to stimulate creativity or to get a change of scene. Lord knows I've seen the inside of this conference room. I want to puke.
Yeah.
And when I see, if I see it again, sometimes I feel that way. So I want to go somewhere else, But a virtual office to me means you don't have one. Your virtual office is like your bedroom, or your couch.
I suppose one thing that could somewhat limit you is connectivity. If you're out only using your phone, you have to be in an area where you can access.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you have to be in a.
And
There's very little place. There's very few places. I can go in the mountains, and there's places where it gets tough, or there's no reception. Most places have reception.
Yeah, but they have to have reception that if you're talking to a client, you don't want it breaking up and having issues like that.
Sometimes you run into privacy issues. I know. I mean, you want to make Starbucks your office, right? That's your virtual office.
Yeah, I can see.
Do you want me
that.
to discuss your sensitive,
No,
private information in front of everybody at Starbucks
no,
on my little earpiece?
no, absolutely not.
And they've got Wi-Fi there, so I can save my phone battery,
Yeah,
right? So no, you run into confidentiality issues.
yeah,
So sometimes you need a place you can go and shut the door.
yeah, that makes sense.
And if you're visiting with clients, it's nice to have a brick and mortar somewhere that you can go in and shut the door. Or to say, this little slice of earth is mine. regardless of how sick I am at looking at these walls in this conference room. You know, it's still my retreat.
Yeah.
It's my home base.
Yeah.
You know, it's the mothership. So do I think a mothership's important? I do.
Yeah.
But am I ready to go mobile? I could go mobile tomorrow. This office could burn tomorrow, and I would not skip a beat. None of my files would be
technically you're halfway there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, as physical beings living in a physical world, I think that I will always need a physical space to call home. I won't. How about I won't? There may be somebody out there. Please prove me wrong. Love it. Okay. Have you on the show. We'll do a lawyer like just about you. Okay. About how great your virtual practice works and how you're making your millions with absolutely no physical space to call your own at all. But I mean, you know, the homeless lawyer. We'll call that the homeless lawyer.
I think just thinking about it though, you're right. The credibility idea. When you look at a website, a business that's just run from a website, it does lack.
I mean, try running an elder law practice and saying, hey, you know, I want you to scan and email in all your documents. I don't have a drop-off point on planet Earth for you to actually bring your documents. Or I'll come to you and get them. You could say, I'll come to you. But are you going to go to them every time they have something new and you're getting these statements in and everything else and constantly gathering documents for a complex benefits case I'm developing? For perhaps, okay?
Right.
I mean, a drop-off point's nice.
Yeah.
Having it done multiple ways, multiple options. Options are nice.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there are strategies I employ to have options. In fact, you know, I wanted to think about going global, getting out of the confines of the physical constraints of my county, of my little bitty turf and area, right? Which, you can't manage multiple offices, or don't go on anybody else's turf. You're a lawyer. Those are things you'll hear, by the way. So how can I do that? Well, I came up with an idea. I found Regus offices, and there's multiple office share type arrangements out there. You could call up a lawyer in any city on planet Earth, and I guarantee you there are lawyers there. He would rent you a room cheaply. Probably a lot of them would just say, come on in, meet with clients in our conference room. Because some of them are just nice gals, nice guys.
Right.
So you can do it that way until you establish your own presence there, in that place, that physical space, or Regus office systems. And there are multiple competing office system branches, but Regus, man, they really have their stuff together. Again, Regus you can mail the check to that previous address that I gave you. Regus does an awesome job. Right now, you know, you can be a gold card member with Regus, which means I can use any Regus space. There's 3,000 plus worldwide. In any big city you go to, there's going to be. I remember we in Chicago, you know, a couple months ago for 4 days and a weekend, and I didn't find out until toward the end of my stay that the Regus office space that I could have used while I was there was next door to my hotel and one of the most prominent buildings on the river in Chicago, right there in the financial district.
Right. Well, you'll know next time.
It was the Merchandise Plaza, business, which is one of the biggest structures ever built. It covers more acreage. And it's like acres under this thing that it sits on. And it's right there. And it's like Saturday and I'm Googling it and I'm like, crap. You know, we were leaving Sunday. Not that I had time anyway to work, because I was to go there. I was in seminars all day.
Yeah.
And getting out and networking at night. So Regus, you know, in Charlotte, for instance, there's like 11 in Mecklenburg County, which is where Charlotte is. I can use them all over town. In Shelby, I have my own space. Do I want to use those long term as the deal? No. I know large firms, though, that buy into Regus. And it's very economical. And that's their office in that city. That's where their clients go. And they have a paralegal or somebody either in that city, or attorneys go and use that space and meet with clients there. And they have receptionists there that take your phone calls or take your mail or will collect documents when people bring them in and hold them for you. Right? And they're very good. these assistants at these office share places are not your normal assistants. They're like superpower. They have superpowers. They do. They do because they manage multiple different businesses all at one time.
Okay.
So they're like super assistants, and they're really really good. Very pleasant. Smile. Answer the phone with smiles on their faces. So that's what a Regus office system can do for you. It can give you a brick and mortar feel. It can give you a really nice office space. They're super nice everywhere you go. I mean, skyscrapers, looking out windows, nice huge conference rooms. You can buy in and get as many services as you want for as much money as you want to spend. I'll say that. Okay, from $30 to thousands of dollars. $30 a month right now to have access to any of it, Monday through Friday, like 8 to 5:30.
That's more than reasonable.
Yeah, but you're usually using a group space, right? That you work in.
Yeah.
Or these pods that you work in, like the business lounge.
So you still have privacy issues with that?
You would still possibly have yes. So if you want to get behind a door, you're probably looking at $200 to $500 per month. Okay. But still having access to any of them in the world, but having a home base where you have a physical office space.
But for say a bunch of new attorneys coming out of university, coming out of law school, this
If
kind
I
of
were to
thing,
do
so
it
they
and I
wouldn't
wanted
have
to go
have
my
their
own,
brick and mortar.
oh, that'd be perfect. Just do that. Start off with $30 a month and go from there.
Right.
Just get in there. Just
So
go.
at least they'd have a physical space to go to.
Yeah, and then if you want to use a conference room or an office, you can rent a day office as you need it. You can rent the conference room by the hour, small or large conference rooms, as you need it. Perfect. Perfect from an overhead standpoint.
I mean, you're not going to be able to rent a whole office space.
You
as
probably
your
could.
permanent
I mean, you
building,
probably could.
as
You
your
probably
permanent
could straight
building
out of
for
school.
that price.
No, not for that price. No, but you could go find physical office space for that price.
Right.
But if I were to do it, if I were coming out of law school right now, and I had some friends, either if I was by myself or I had friends who, if I had some friends and we wanted to start a firm, yeah, that's exactly how I'd do it. I'd be like, I'd dub thee personal injury, you're a criminal, I'm going to take, I don't know, obscure cases.
But then those guys could be, you could have one in Seattle, one in somewhere in California, you could have one on the East Coast, all in different Regus offices.
Oh wow, you're saying oh yeah, sure you could. Yeah, and there's large firms who have big brick and mortar presences who also again use Regus in different cities. Okay, and that's their meeting point for clients.
Is there another version of Regus out that you know of?
Check your bar's ethical rules as well. I know in North Carolina, I'm not sure what it is now, but it used to be to advertise that you have a physical office in a city, geographic location. You have to accept mail there or something. You know what I mean? Have a phone and accept mail there.
Right.
I think it was something like what it was. So whatever just so you're in compliance with your bar rules. So I'm sorry, you had a question.
I've forgotten what it was now.
Okay.
No,
Okay,
I
we'll
think
play
you
it
answered
back.
anyway. I think you
Yeah.
answered it anyway.
Okay, so Regus is a great option. Okay,
Yeah, were there? Do you know of any other versions of Regus?
yes, I've used them starting out. When I started out, I used it. Almost every town will have multiple office share arrangements or landlords who have set up spaces that lend themselves to office sharing.
Okay.
Yes, there are entrepreneur centers even in cities, in larger cities especially, larger metro areas. There's one I'm thinking of right now in Charlotte's Packard Place, and you can go in there and rent office space very economically, and it's there's multiple businesses in there, and it's an incubator where you can start your technology or law firm or whatever it is. You may be a lawyer that's starting a technology firm, or you may picture your law firm as a technology firm. I do, and I treat it that way. And you might pay a couple $100 a month rent for office space. And then you can graduate up to there and have more space within that building. And plus you're around all these, that would be a cool one too. Because you'd be around all this buzz of these other techies and entrepreneurs that are building their businesses.
Nest for
Maybe that's your
entrepreneurs.
instance. I mean, what a better place. So maybe you strategically think, if my business is helping other businesses, and that's what I want to do, and maybe I like tech, what a better place to start putting my office in, to start and grow my business
And it's a fantastic way to
in a
network
tech
as well.
incubator.
You never know the partnerships,
Oh,
joint
just the
ventures, all that
possibility.
kind of thing.
I mean, you know as well as I do, just every connection you make on planet Earth is carries with it great possibilities. You know,
Yeah.
and what flows from there is just
Right.
the ripple effect. The different connections.
What you're focusing on also, the more you're in that environment, the more you're focusing on it, the more you're going to bring it towards
Yeah, man. If I wanted to represent doctors in some area, oh man, going in some type of area where there are a ton of doctors, that have offices. And you're talking about a little more pricey, probably rent there. Okay.
Right.
But I'm sure there's a way you can figure it out. There might be even doctors there that'd be willing to lend you some space, or cheaply rent you some space. So going in a medical park or something like that. It's a great idea.
Joint venture with the doctors themselves.
Maybe, or maybe they're the landlord. I don't know.
Right.
But there's just no shortage of possibilities out there. So what do you need to go mobile? What else do you need? You need a printer, right? We'll show you what we got right now. It is today. What's today? The 4th?
Yeah.
December 4th, 2016. I'm going to bring to you some tech. And it's not new tech. It's just existing technology. First, you need a case. This is what I have. Targus. I have a Targus case. There's multiple different kinds. It allows me to carry files, pens, whatever I need. It's got plenty of room. It's a roll case, so I can take it on a plane. I can walk with it. It's got pretty beefy wheels on it. Yes. If I can make it better, it would have beefier wheels. Maybe with some knobs on there or something. I don't know. But you could get you could. There are ones out there you can get that fit your specifications. I guarantee you. So you got to have a case to carry your stuff in. If you want to go mobile, right? And then I put my laptop in that case, right? So I can roll. I put files in that case. It's a goal file. This will be another one we're talking about, okay? How to file your goals. This is the building I'm buying right now, okay? It's a building I'm buying right now. And I work my goals just like I work my files. It's worked out beautifully.
That idea will be going in the multi.
Absolutely, the multi book we're working on right now, okay? So I got some files, I got my laptop in there. I better take my charger. I just stick it out because if I get there, I need some juice. So I got my charger, I got some pens, throw some pens in here. Because you know what, I'm going to go do a signing. I'm going to have somebody sign some documents. I'm going to throw some more pens in there. Because I want to make sure I have plenty of pens, okay? I might need some paper. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah, better throw some paper in there. So I'm going to throw maybe some typing paper in there, you think? Printer paper?
How big is the printer you have in there?
You think I have a printer in there?
I don't know, you might have.
Here, I'm going to take some paper too, okay?
I mean, we're talking a printer that's that thin and
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
weighing about 2 pounds.
So I got that there. This is my printer. Right here. So I got a printer. Now I'm going to take, generally, if I'm going to go to a signing, I'm probably going to print my docs at my brick and mortar, okay? I am going to. How about that? Not probably. We're going to have everything printed, and I'm not going to do it. I'm going to delegate someone else to print, all right? Because not that I'm scared of the dirt. I do the dirt. I heard Gary Vee talking the other day about never getting away from doing the dirt. Like you hear business owners, they always want to get to the place where they virtually do nothing, right?
Right.
And I will print it. I'll still print it. And I also want to carry with me something, though, in case I have to make changes. This thing just folds out really, really nicely. That's it. That's it right there. That's the printer. And I can turn it on, by the way, because it's battery powered.
Okay.
and rechargeable. So it just came on. Bam. This is an Epson Workforce WF100 Wi-Fi. So it's automatically going to hook up to my Wi-Fi because I put it in. All right. If I pulled out my phone and turned on my hotspot, I've hooked it up there before too, it's automatically going to hook up to my phone. And as long as this printer is on the same Wi-Fi network as my laptop, it's just going to wirelessly print to this printer.
Okay, that's cool.
So my phone and this printer is going to be hooked up, you know, to that Wi-Fi connection. My laptop and my printer to that phone connection.
Right.
And it's going to print. Okay? So I'm going to take some paper out. I'm going to put a little in there. I'm going to hit print. By the way, I could hit print on my phone or I can use my laptop. Okay? And maybe, you know, for me, there might be something come up about, since I'm an estate planning and elder law attorney, about changing a distribution. There might be a last minute change of how some property is being passed. Or I've gotten there, even though we try to check names and everything else, and oh, something spelled wrong. You know, somebody goofed. Something happened. Somehow we didn't extract the information right or check it, even though we checked it a number of times. And somehow we got a bad copy, you know, and I need to print it again. I've done that in clients' homes and offices, and other attorneys' offices even that I'll service. I bring my charger for that thing, right, so I can hook it up if I need to, in case the battery runs down. Another thing I have, a big fan of Epson with their mobile products. This is an Epson Workforce DS400 scanner. Hey, your phone scanner like Genius Scan is great. However, for small jobs. But if I have, what happens, if I'm meeting a client out in another attorney's office because I've done some work for them and done a trust package or something, for a special needs trust, for instance, I might want to leave them with this whole binder done, all originals.
Right.
And I want the scans to keep in our system. And I want them to go up now. So I'm just going to take out my scanner. It is also battery powered, okay, and rechargeable.
Let's have your spares.
Have your spares, that's right. So I'm going to keep that out. It's going to be a beast to get back in there, I think. I haven't opened this one up. This is beautiful. So I'm going to keep the Epson DS40 mobile scanner. Okay. And this is just going to take my scans right here.
Feed them through.
Yeah. Just going to feed them through. Bam, bam, bam. It's a sheet fed scanner, right? So I just feed them through one by one, but it scans rather quickly. So I'm gonna feed them through. It's gonna be a ton quicker. We're not gonna be there all day. It might take me 2 minutes to scan all my 2-3 minutes to scan all my docs, and maybe, you know, I like to take a staff member with me to do signings, so they're gonna be scanning while I'm talking to the attorney or the client, telling them something else, and that goes into our system. We're done, right?
That just goes directly to your computer, to your system.
That's right. It's got a USB mode, AP mode, whatever that is, and Wi-Fi mode. So I know what Wi-Fi is. As long as I've got it on my Wi-Fi for my phone, then it's wirelessly hooked up to my computer. Right. So I'm scanning that off, and it's going straight into my system. Okay. And then I'm going to put it, or straight on my computer. I'm going to put it straight to. I'm going to scan it straight to the cloud, into the client's file. Okay. Or I'm going to drop it there after it goes on my computer. So, you know.
So you have basically an international, global reach in a bag.
The way I use it is not to be totally virtual or global.
No.
Okay. Or, you know, I supplement a brick and mortar with this. But it allows me such flexibility, right? I mean, I can walk in. Plus, I mean, let's face it, technology is cool, man, when it works. It is. Technology is cool when it works. Not just technology for technology's sake. Here it is. They got a bag here that I can put it in and just take. That's what I need to do. Look at that. But technology is cool when it works. And, you know, I'd urge you just to find what works for you, what you're comfortable with. I'm extremely comfortable with technology. I have had other attorneys be wowed by the fact that I'll set up, I know a litigation attorney. Truzy! What's up, Truzy? I know a litigation attorney out there who's a baller litigation attorney and was wowed by my mobile printer, okay? And sent me an email, right? And said, hey, I got this mobile printer, right? In which to response. My response was, well, now you gotta go out and buy the mobile scanner. And it's the point, you know, when you walk in a courtroom too, you know, you walk in, you throw your printer out there, maybe paralegal does, right? On the table right there. You throw the printer out there, throw the scanner out there, everything, and you're set, man. You're ready to go. People, and some attorneys are scared of technology, especially old schoolers.
Right.
Like, what's this guy? You know, oh my God. You know. Of course, I've known some old school attorneys who can do a lot of damage with just a legal pad too.
And all of this stuff, the idea of cloud-based services and whatnot,
Yep.
is mostly ethical with the bar associations.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You check your local bar rules. This is a great point. Good job. It's a great point. Yeah, with the bar associations, North Carolina has approved cloud-based services. You know, the ethics rule in general, to sum it up in general, is you have to take best measures to protect your client's information. Okay? Here's my argument to that, all right? And they have deemed cloud-based practice management tools, cloud-based services like iCloud or Google Drive, okay, as being ethical. And you could run a practice on Google Drive or iCloud, okay? You could do that. And set up your folder structure and for your clients, everything, okay? You could very well do that. And have a service like Backupify come in and virtually back up your information in separate places on planet Earth, just in case disaster strikes, for very low cost per month.
Okay, that's cool.
And here's the thing. How are you best protecting your client's information? By having it on the cloud, where you can access it from anywhere, and where it's behind a password that you create and change frequently, and where Google, for instance, in Google Drive, is constantly updating their processes, services, code to protect against theft, against attacks, against hackers, right?
Right.
Is it
right.
safer there? I mean,
Well,
you got
at least-
Google protecting you, right?
at least
How many
that
people
way-
does Google employ?
Oh, I don't know a clue.
For some smart guys and gals who are good programmers, right? What about Apple?
At least you don't then have a physical address that someone can break into, steal your hard drive, and then try and access from it.
Well, I mean, yeah, I
It's
guess
a
that's
virtual-
exactly where I'm going. Is do you have an IT department in your firm, especially when you start out, if you're smaller? Even larger firms, some of them will have their own IT departments. But you got to get pretty big before you have your own IT staff,
Yeah, yeah,
right? That are constantly working to protect your data.
yeah.
So you're sitting in there with a server, or maybe just a computer, or a laptop. Man, I had somebody jack. That means steal. If you want to know what that.
I remember this.
So I had somebody jack my.
It was your laptop, wasn't it?
No, I think I did lose a laptop, iPad, and a ton of other crap. Several client files, which I promptly NC Bar notified the clients that they were stolen. Okay, out of my car at my house. I had them in a book bag that I carried, you know, this like briefcase type thing, and it was around Christmas time, and somebody had to just literally. I walked in the house for 2 minutes and came back to my car and it was gone. Somebody came in, saw me park. Went and checked the car. It was unlocked. Put it in there. Put it on their back and bolted. I guess
Yeah.
it was gone, man, gone. And
Yeah.
that is unfortunate but true. If you know what I did, because it was cloud-based, it's a great point. Because it was cloud-based, if everything had been on my hard drive, would they have had everything? They'd have had my whole client list. I might have had a password. Now I could have password protected my laptop, but then I think there's ways around that too. Okay.
Probably.
Yeah. So it's there on the hard drive. The point is, it's there on the hard drive, right?
Yeah.
Nothing was on my hard drive. I quickly realized that. Came to work, sat down at another laptop, which we have these laptops that are probably worth $200 to $300 a piece, right? That are like workstations, okay? That are really disposable, all right? And that have plenty of computer power to do the word processing and everything else that I do. Even graphic design work that I do. And I do that all the time. But I sat down at another terminal, if you will, and logged onto my cloud-based services, changed my password to another really super long, ridiculous mix of numbers, characters, and letters, phrases, and they're locked out. There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way. Even if I was logged in and could have popped up my laptop and gotten right back on it, at that point they're locked out.
Is that something you require with your
And
firm, that you don't have anything based on a hard drive, a physical hard drive? Or is
No,
it
I
just-
don't make
is
that a
just
requirement.
one-off
But it's
thing?
not a bad requirement. I don't make that a requirement because a lot of times you are working. Now, if you were working on your documents in cloud-based services, you could do that. You could use Google Docs and Google Sheets, which are spreadsheets like Google's version of Excel. You could go away from Microsoft Office. Microsoft Office 360 is cloud-based. It has a cloud-based component to it.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a way that you could do it without having your docs on the hard drive. Google, I think, does it best. Google Docs is really cool, and plus you never have to worry about updating your software or buying the new version of Office or anything else, because when they make a change, it's a server-side script. It's on their end, and you just the next time you pop it open, it's the new version,
Okay.
right? So you
Yeah.
always have
Yeah,
the
that's
newest
cool.
version, always. I mean, Google is really doing some cool stuff, man. So you can do that. Do I do that? But the standard is still out there, and you know it is. It's Microsoft Word. I mean, I've worked for attorneys with attorneys that use WordPerfect. Okay, you use WordPerfect, or you sent me a bunch of, yeah.
I used to. I don't now.
Not that I didn't like WordPerfect. I like WordPerfect. It was a very good word processing system.
But then there were issues with what I had and what you had. That's where we had some issues.
That's why where Microsoft did things right, is
I was using an older
they reach the
version.
most people the quickest.
I was
so-
using an older version. Are you using the new up-to-date one?
I mean, French is a beautiful language, man. It's a beautiful language. But, probably not doing business in French unless you're in France.
Right. Right.
Okay? And they probably do most of their business with the rest of the world in English. Okay?
Probably.
Right? Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Because why? Because the Brits invaded you're British, you can think about it. Because the Brits invaded everybody and made them speak English, right? Microsoft did the same thing, right? They've got Microsoft Words out there. It's the standard, right? English is the standard. But I'll tell you, Google Docs, the cloud-based services are really, really making a push to take that over. You can run your whole practice without touching Word. And you can export all your documents out of there as Word documents too. And there's a really close conversion where it's going to be, the document's going to look the same, essentially. Okay. So could you do that? Yes, you could. Do I do that? No, I don't. We depend heavily on Microsoft products also. However, I'm going to tell you, and this is another episode too that we need to do soon. And I'm going to write this down. Kaizen. I'm going to bring you Kaizen. We're going to put that in multi as well. We're going to talk about Kaizen, about how it helped the United States, even though it's a Japanese word, that's a newer term, helped the United States win World War II and was adapted into a Japanese term. It's a Western philosophy though, and it's about making quick changes in your practice at very low cost. Okay, so Kaizen, we're going to do going global. Was there another one that we talked about doing?
survival mode.
Survival mode. Yeah, man, you drink your own pee in survival mode. You do. Survivor man. You drink. Don't be Survivor man because you drink your own pee. Huh?
Problems as opportunities.
Problems as opportunities.
That's
These are upcoming episodes. Problems as opportunities. Man, I'll tell you, we could do another one on the virtual document thing too. And document how to set it up, how to use it. We could do an entire course on that. Okay. Because that would be a whole argument. I can see glassy eyes on some of that stuff. Okay, but look, it's very easy to go mobile. Putting my batteries in my scanner right now. Go mobile, go global. Okay, going global is something in my mind, is a different concept from going mobile. So going global, in my opinion, is not just you getting out there and traveling and having clients in different spaces, geographic spaces, but also having employees around the world and in different geographic spaces, which we have. If I showed you my iPhone right now, which I can't because it's up there, I've got, is it Colombo, which is the capital of Sri Lanka. I've got employees in Sri Lanka. I have employees in India. I have employees in Kenya.
Kenya, or is it Nairobi?
Nairobi. Nairobi is the capital of Kenya. Is that correct?
I don't actually know.
I think it is. Yes, Nairobi, Kenya. Yes, I have employees in Kenya, in Nairobi. How about that? Okay, which may sound odd, but there's actually a really good university in Nairobi, and works out really well, and does a lot of book design and different things for me. And heck, we've published a couple books together, and does a great job.
Right.
Only thing, and we'll talk about contractors too. Maybe we'll do one on that too. Yeah, we'll do one on going global. Okay. But yeah, you just be prepared for some late nights sometimes, staying up all night.
Be prepared.
That's right.
We've already gone through Blue Ocean, but did you want to do one on Blue Ocean?
I'll tell you, I'm going to wrap it up. Okay, Blue Ocean, man, Blue Ocean's deep. I don't know if we've got enough time to do Blue Ocean on a lawyer life. But yes, we can touch on Blue Ocean as well. Go mobile. Go as mobile as you want to go. You can start at your kitchen table, coming out of law school and roll. There may be a number of reasons why you have to do that. But if you're going to go mobile, in my opinion, you want to take everything with you to your client because you want to make it easy for your client. You want to, there's a great niche out there even to work with other attorneys. There's a great niche out there to work with other businesses. Use their overhead and their expenses to your advantage. I'd caution you just get in your mind, write down exactly what your plan is or your outline is for your business. Don't take too long to do it. But, get your package together, get set and go. All this cost me probably $200 for the scanner, maybe $250 to $300 for the printer. Ink and toner comes with it. Get some extra because you'll burn through ink and toner. So maybe combination of these two with ink and toner, paper, everything, probably $600. Laptop was maybe $250. That's $850.
Yep.
The case was given to me by a client that came free while I was at an in-home signing, telling the client how I wanted to create this case that had everything in it. The client was an accountant and had this case that he would never use and practiced out of his house and had a home office. So he's like, here, I've never used it. Actually, I think his wife gave it to me. Please take this with you. Get it out of my house, okay? And I've never used it. It works perfectly. This Targus case is really nice, the roll case. And then, but the case, you know, is probably going to cost you, let's just say $100, okay? Something like that. Yeah, you could spend a couple $100 on a case. Let's just say $100, okay? So that's what, $950? Really and then the phone. I mean, why spend money initially on the phone? Just go in and tell them you want a 2-year contract. It's not a 10-year contract. Commit. It's not a 2-year contract. Get the phone for free and roll out. Okay? Roll out of Verizon or T-Mobile or wherever it is. And so for under $1,000, you created your office, and you know your first client should pay for it. Don't you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. So go mobile. Make it a hybrid. Adapt it to your current big firm practice. Litigators out there, step your game up, man. Peace. Until next time.